Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 17 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to this series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Consider subscribing to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment, it really helps out with the video engagement and it's just motivating to see. We'll go through a quick recap and then we'll get into the video. Alright, episode 17 here. So, in episode 16, we began to establish our forestry district here. You can see that we have pretty much clear-cut a huge area of what used to be trees in an effort to temporarily satiate our demand for timber. We also got a good portion of the beginnings of our water district built, which is great. So they are just about ready to become self-sufficient in the grand scheme of things, or at least moderately self-sufficient. We expanded our power supply here in Hillview by adding in a few more generators. Our batteries were just not quite coping. And then we also set up a pretty substantial hydroponic garden area right here, producing mushrooms. Now, this facility is pretty useless until we get the fermenters for said mushrooms. So that will probably be something that we work on today. So, getting into our projects for today, let's start out here by working on these guys. You can see that they got nothing to do in range, so we can go ahead and delete those out of here. Make sure that we pick up those logs, and then why don't we get a path down here just so that we can get a forester in here that can reach those trees. Make sure that they are in the cutting area, and then let's get a set of stairs up here so that we can get a forester up here that can gather those. Okay, perfect. Now, I want this whole area to be planted with trees. So we're going to dynamite out all up here. And let's prioritize some of these. Let's just get a couple of those. Prioritize like that. These can reach all the way down, and these are in the cutting area. Perfect. And then let's get a couple right here that can start to reach over into this area and get these cut. So let's mark all of these for cutting. And we are seriously going to need to clean up these cutting areas just because you guys know I don't like things marked for cutting unless they're actually going to be cut. So we'll just mark all of these for now. Just that we don't miss anything, and then once we kind of get this district set up, we can start to clean up this whole area. Then similarly, let's get somebody in here to get rid of that tree. Okay, so let's go ahead and speed this up. Currently nighttime. So one thing that I wanted to establish, so this district is pretty much ready to go. But I just wanted to map this out before I forgot. So let's just continue to expand this out here, because we're going to need some storage for some other things that are going to be needed. One is explosives. The other is gears. We're going to need both of those in here. We're also technically going to need metal blocks. So if we come in here and we get a large storage in here for metal blocks, we're going to need metal blocks to be able to build these large water tanks. These are not things that are absolutely critical at this stage, but they will be important once we, are up and running and we really start building on a large scale. So might as well get those in there for now. It'll be a good thing to have in the future. Okay, so as this stuff continues to be built, Just extend our paths down here. Get more housing in there. Sure. Cool. I am not comfortable making this autonomous until we have this connection built. So this will kind of be our cue. Once this is built by Fall City, then we will sever these connections, put in district crossings here and here, build our district, and send some beavers over here to live on the water. But until that point, we will just kind of continue to stand by on allowing Hillview to keep working on that. Okay, so these are too far. Get the dynamite up there, so we'll put in a staircase there. Prioritize that staircase so that that gets built. Then why don't we bring a path over there. And we can transfer these guys, these three, over there. We can pick those up. Okay. These are still working on these oaks, but then once they're done with those, we will remove them, and then we will start to kind of map out how we want this to look here. So this is going to be fairly utilitarian. They're really only going to have one purpose, which is obviously going to be, wait for it, cutting logs. Yeah, timber. God, man. Brilliant minds. Seriously. Man, and I just thought of something that would be really cool. And it's going to be tremendously wasteful. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Alright, so we need to get rid of these 3 and these 6 platforms. Yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this for storage. That way we can seriously maximize all of our land. So we're going to run a path down here. Path. And where this path is going to come up, I'm not sure. Kind of thinking it'll come up right here. So if we get a path there, connect that up. And let's mark all of this to get picked up and built quickly. And I'm going to build some storage down there. And that'll be kind of where they store their food, underneath where they live. I feel like that will be kind of cool. Okay, so what are some of the other things that we want to work on? I mentioned that I want to get some, we actually have unemployed beavers. Where are they? 3 of them in this district. Wow. Unemployed beavers. Very exciting. 2 of them. Okay, that's actually perfect, because I want to build the fermenters for the hydroponic gardens, which will be very interesting. Okay, so the way that we're going to do that, we're going to put a triple in here, and then a vertical power shaft, and then we're essentially going to mirror what we've got going on over here. So we need 3, let's see, we're going to need 4, like that. And let's get our fermenters. So it'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Paths in there, paths in there, paths in there. Let's get some decoration. I think shrubs would be nice. And then we're going to get another big storage facility here. So let's get a large warehouse, and this is going to store fermented mushrooms. Perfect. These are all going to be doing fermented mushrooms. And these will be on moderately high priority, because they're kind of our the way I like to refer to them is our alternative food sources. And I am going to put something in there like that. Okay, and now let's get rid of these, just so that they can access all of this stuff to build it. And then we're going to have our power running across the top here, like this. Okay, cool. And that is going to produce the fermented mushrooms, which will be great, I think. I see no reason to think why it wouldn't be great. And it's not that long of a walk to get the mushrooms, but they can come over there and build that at their leisure. All right, let's check our priorities. So they're picking up those resources, which is great. I think I'm going to have them build this next. Not that. That's completely unnecessary. But they can work on that next. I would love for them to pick these up. There's still storage for them, which is good. But now we can go ahead and start to get our storage in here. So this will be for, let's say, kohlrabi. And then we'll get 2 more storages in here, probably for cassava and soybean. Or maybe soybean and mushroom. Yeah, let's do soybean and mushroom. So we'll put one in here. And this will be for fermented soybean. Or fermented cassava. Fermented soybean. Now, we'll do cassava. And then this one will be for fermented mushroom, which they don't have access to yet. But that'll be good. And that will allow us to get that district up and running properly. Okay, so these now have nothing to do in range. So let's go ahead and delete those. Let's go into priorities. Let's get these lumberjacks built so that they can start working on that. Let's see, these all should be in range now. They are, which is good. We do need to finish that off so we can get that dynamited out, and then we can really start to establish what we've got going on over here. I do want to take a path over here just so that I can, you know, I might do that so that they can actually cut those down. Let's put that on highest priority. All right, so let's see how we're doing. We still have 6 vacancies over in Hillview. Over here in Fall City, we have 3 unemployed, which is pretty nice. You know, again, we have a lot of stuff that we can be working on. We can open up one of the oil producers, just so that they kind of work on that a little bit. But, you know, for the most part, we're doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and get maybe a staircase up there so that we can get in there. And then we're going to dynamite that off. We're going to make this a nice big flat area. A lot of dynamiting going on, inevitably. We do have a decent amount of logs currently, which is good. But obviously there's still quite a lot to be working on these days. And considering that they're coming over here, I'm going to delete this path. And I'm going to extend that out so that they can reach just a little bit further. And these guys can reach, yeah, both of these are really far. But we've gotten this far, you know? Nothing to do in range. Ooh, we've cleared the metal. Set that as a priority to pick up. But that's pretty much the metal done for now. I mean, unless, you know, we want to come over here. There's a lot of metal to be had over here, but I think for now that's the metal that we're going to have. I think the next metal that we're going to work on is this one. And I have a really interesting way that we can hopefully get to that in the future, which I think will be really fun. Okay, so how are we doing? Let's see. Let's prioritize. I want that to get built so that they can actually get up there and cut that. These still have quite a bit of trees that they can reach. In the interim, I am going to send somebody over here to get that. Just that it doesn't... we'll replant all of this later on. But for now, we'll just leave it as it is. And then we'll probably have a district crossing up here, I would imagine. Okay, so we're getting some dynamite laid up here. That is really good. Let's see how we're doing down here. Yeah, this is getting built. Slow and steady. Slow and steady, as usual. So let's go ahead, let's prioritize these so that we can get this stuff built. And then we should be able to get this district up and running. So for housing, the large barrack will hold 16 beavers. So that would probably be a good thing to get up here. Again, this is going to be pretty utilitarian, so... Although maybe we don't want the large. Do I want the large barrack? Maybe. I haven't used it. I could get the large barrack there. I could put the district center there. And then... Yeah. So if we put the district center there... I would love to be able to get up here. Go up like that, path there, path into the district center, and then we can get rid of this path, like that. We can get up on top of there. We could go into our well-being, we could put a rooftop terrace here, with a path coming in, and a couple shrubs like that. So then our district center will go there. We will need a path connecting that up. And let's see. Do we want this to be a path? Probably. Like that. And then I see no reason why we wouldn't use platforms around here rather than pathing on the ground. Yep, I feel like that makes sense. I really don't know how many beavers I'm going to need up here. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to need a couple large barracks. Or a couple barracks, anyway. I could probably get a couple Lidos in here. Lidos are good. So yeah, I could get one. I can only get one in there. Unless I kind of turn them. Well, I guess I could get a couple back to back. So if I get something like that, and then we go well-being Lido, like that. And then, let's see, I could get... like a path running up like this, connecting that up. Like so. That would be good. We still have some stuff to do in range, so they're still somewhat useful. We can go ahead and get rid of this path. that. Get rid of that. And let's see, what do we want to do over here? So, if we get some housing up here. Get a path running like that. And then we could get something like this. We would need to get metal blocks up here, which seems kind of useless, but, you know. You might have to do it. Might have to do it. And let's get a bell right there. I like that. That would be good. And maybe rather than having to bring the metal blocks all the way up here for no reason, maybe. I would love to get that in there, is the thing. And then we could probably get some housing up here. 2 houses. Like that. And then we could probably get some... Let's see, yeah, that's not going to be high enough. Alright, so let's see. So I would need to get up there. So if we get stairs going up like that, and then connecting into there, we could then get some rooftop terraces up here. Like that. That would be a nice little area to live. I like that. Yeah, I like that quite a bit, actually. Alright, so we have a drought coming in, which is great. Let's see how we're doing. So, I'm going to make all of this highest priority so that that gets built. But then the next highest in our list of priorities is going to be all of this. That'll be the next highest. I'm going to leave this at a little bit lower priority. Like that. We'll leave the shrubs at moderately high priority as well, so that they can work on that. And with these platforms almost being done, it is almost time to make this its own district. I really want to get that done in this episode. I think that that would be really good. So let's see, we got our storages built. Storing kohlrabi up here already. Oh, we're going to need water storage up here. Completely forgot about that. Okay. So where do we want that? So we could get one... We get 2 big storages in there. So that would be 2 big water storages right there, or 2 of the medium ones, like that. And then we could get a path around there. That. And these are going to be set to water. So that's what we still need up here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put these on highest priority so we can get that dynamite up there. That way I can rip out all of this staircase stuff. Get rid of that. Rip out all this staircase stuff so that I can better map out how this is going to flow. And I wonder if I actually want to move this, do this a different way. Wrap it around and connect it into there. That way we just completely avoid being up here altogether. Ah, that might be the move. That might be the way that we want to do it. Not sure, though. What I really want is for all this stuff to get built instantly. But it doesn't seem to be happening. Does not seem to be happening. That's okay, though. All right, so we got 7 unemployed beavers. That's actually okay, because we are going to transfer quite a few. Let's see. Waiting for nutrients. Are we not picking blueberries anymore? Wow, the blueberries have kind of stagnated. We still have a decent amount over here, but I'm not getting any over here. You know, considering how much food Falls City produces, I kind of want to turn this into blueberry production so that Hillview can sustain their own population. What do we think about that? This is 2x2, so it would very easily replace one of those farmers. Or you know what I guess I could do? I could totally get a forester over here that works in this district that could plant some blueberries here for Hillview to harvest for themselves. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So let's get something like that with a staircase up and a path like this. Forester there. And then we can connect that up. Then we can go ahead and get rid of this path, because it will no longer be necessary. And then we can get rid of some of this. And then we'll essentially plant blueberries all up in here. And that'll be good. That'll get us a little bit more blueberry production. Hopefully some of these will continue to grow. Okay, cool. So this is now done. So let's sever this path connection. Establish this path. Disconnect that. Hopefully these beavers will clear out. So that we can then put a district crossing in. There. And there. Oh, and these have to be built. Anyway, district center going in. All right, I'm going to need a name for this district. Remember, it's the water district. So whatever you guys can think of. We got a big drought. 8 days. So let's pause a bunch of these. So we now have a district with no beavers. 2 unemployments. So let's get a couple of those in there. And let's get these built. So these are going to be the priority. Get those built. This is great. I am all about this, the new district. But luckily, that should free up a ton of resources over there. so that they're not being built anymore. And let's have these guys help out. So let's bring this over here. Let's sever maybe this connection here so that we can connect that up. And maybe these beavers will come over here and build some of this. We will have them focus on their own vanity projects first before they come over and work on this madness. Let's see. Okay, so these guys no longer have anything to work on. So we can get rid of these facilities. Bring a path over here. Bring a path down here just so that they can get to that one little... Get those built. And then we can come down here. Let's prioritize all of these so that that can be built. Let's see, what else are we working on? So let's prioritize this stuff. Actually, let's bring that back down. I want them to build the district crossing, but they can build this on a moderately high priority. This is ready to go. So we can get rid of that, and luckily this whole area is irrigated. That's perfect. That up. Prioritize that. And once these beavers get this done, then hopefully they'll start coming over here to work on this. And then we can get those berries planted, which will be very good. That will help out Hillview, give them some berries of their own. Let's see, are these being built? Yeah, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. And then once these are built, then we can transfer over some beavers, of which we have plenty. 16 unemployed. That is awesome. Now, Fall City is going to need... Can this be reached? Oh, it can't. Classic beavers. Can this be reached? Yeah, it can, although... Ooh, we are almost completely out of planks. That explains quite a bit. So let's get those up and running. Population's still lagging behind here in Hillview. Luckily, Fall City carrying the load as far as the population goes. All right, so this one can go. We can remove all of these little pines. Are there any little pines around here that need to be removed? No. Make those a priority. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So these both can go. There's no need for either of them anymore, and we can continue to clean up what we've got going on here. Get rid of that. What I am going to do is let's run a path down here because I want to... Yeah, I think I'm going to dynamite this out. Dynamite off this whole top layer here. Just to make it a little bit easier to work with. And then I think we'll dynamite out a portion of this just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Make it a little bit nicer to work with. Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Alright, so a lot of this stuff got built, so now we're going to need a triple down here. We'll put that under high priority. And we got our district crossings built, which is perfect. So now District 5. Got to remember that. District 5. Let's come over here. Not well-being. Let's go over to population. And let's send from Fall City to District 5, where we have 19 vacancies. Let's send them 20 beavers. So now there are 20 beavers over here. And let's bump these up. Let's do 6 and 6. So we still have some unemployed, which is okay. But hopefully we can start to get some resources brought into here. And they can continue to build. Now, one thing that we are going to need to do is we are going to need to start to dynamite out. So we're going to need to build some stairs down. So let's get maybe something like this. Because we're going to need to start to get some dynamite laid down here. So we're going to need, yeah, three deep so that we can get the water pumps built in here. So that we can start doing what this district is built to do. So let's get all of that done. We only have 4 builders in here currently. The rest are working at the district, trading posts. But let's bump this up so that we can have 6 and 6 working at each on both sides. I think that will be effective. And I'm going to need a name. I'm going to need a name for that district. So whatever you guys think should be the name, just let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I will make it happen. Let's see. This is going to be all berries. And I want to see if I go over here and I put a couple gathering flags. Maybe just one, quite honestly. Looks like I can get berries out to there. That should be enough berries, especially because once this pathway is done, we're going to sever this path and we're going to fill this whole thing in with berries. And I think that that'll be good. Let's delete that actually. Let's orient these like this. Yeah, and they'll be able to reach, no problem. And then we can pause these. We don't need anybody working up here. There's no berries to gather as of now. Okay. Let's start to prioritize some of this. So let's go moderately high priority on all of that. Just because that's kind of the last thing that we need to make this fully self-sufficient, at least moderately. And then let's get our fermenters in here. And let's make these the highest priority. So let's get these built. Just logs. Should be able to handle that. We do have a decent amount of logs. Not a huge amount, but a decent amount. We can get rid of these. Run this path further down here. Get rid of those. And then we can also run a path up here so that we can cut down some of these. And we'll prioritize those lumberjacks so that we can get those cut down. Everything is marked for cutting up there, which is good. We can start to clean this up. So let's get all of this unmarked for cutting. Like that. Take that down. And then we can unmark all of this. Get rid of all of that. Get rid of that up to there. Okay, and then I really want to get down here so I can get rid of those trees. Yeah, maybe we'll leave them. They're fine. Couple pines, never hurt nobody. Alright, so let's see if we're starting to get some explosives coming over here. No, we're not, because we haven't built the explosives factory. So let's get all of that. Let's get that whole stack built. Like that. Did I just say explosives factory? Explosive storage. We haven't built the explosive storage. Okay. Reading halted, waiting. Yeah, they're just not getting enough stuff in here. Okay, so let's see how we're doing on vacancies. 8 over here, 15 over here. Do have 3 unemployed over here. I'll just keep a little buffer over here. You know, it's okay. It will get there eventually. We do have... Yeah, these houses are being used. That's good. That is good. And let's see, what are these waiting on? Oh, recipe. Fermented mushrooms. We want these at the moderately high workplace priority. And then we can start to get those mushrooms produced, which is excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so how is this stuff going? This is going pretty well. I think we're going to run this path over like that. We can sever that one. And then once this dynamite is laid... Let's get that built. Okay, perfect. And then once this dynamite is laid, I'm going to prioritize this section of dynamite to get built, and then they can build that water storage. And let's see, yes, these guys are producing the mushrooms, fermented mushrooms, which is perfect. Really excited to get those in. We do need to transfer the cassava fermenters over here. That's definitely going to be something that we need to do relatively soon, just because, you know, every drought, losing your cassava production, it's, you know, it's not great. Oh, man, water. We are hurting for water over here. We actually desperately need to get this, this water district up and running so that we can actually get this district doing what they're supposed to be doing. But anyway, let's get this water pump back online. We can get these ones back online. And then as the day comes to a close, it's pretty safe. Pretty safe to say that we can get these all back operational in preparation for tomorrow, for the next day, when we can once again start to pump the water and avert disaster, because we are seriously short on water. Let's see, what is the managed distribution? So let's see, managed distribution, Fall City, water, yeah, export threshold 50%. So they're not going to be exporting any water over here until, you know, until the time comes that they actually have the ability to sustain it. Let's see, we're going to need to get a path over here. Yep, that'll bring these in range. Perfect. Okay, so this is going pretty good. And I think this is going to bring us to the end of the episode, guys. So if you made it this far and you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on this series as well as others. If you're feeling extra generous and would like access to all my save files, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. And until the next episode, I'll see you guys. So have a great day. Thanks. Bye.